Hi everyone, my name is Janie Rose and welcome to my channel. Today's class is a fluid and flowy full body Vinyasa yoga set to an intermediate level. So find a comfortable seat and take a deep breath in. Let's begin. Inhaling the shoulders up by the ears, exhale draws them down your back. With hands on your knees, lower your chin to your chest. Roll your left ear to left shoulder. Chin to chest. Right ear, right shoulder. Chin to chest. Let's roll out our neck in half circles a few more times in each direction, moving with breath and pausing where you may need a deeper stretch. Now lower chin to chest and round deeply through your spine, a seated cat stretch. Inhale to press your chest forward and lift your chin, seated cow. Exhale through cat, rounding through the back. Inhale through cow, arching the back, rolling the shoulder blades together. One more each way, moving with your breath. Let's round through the back one more time, chin to chest, cat stretch. And inhale through center, along spine. Take hands to heart, interlace the fingers, and shine the palms forward. Then inhale the arms up and overhead. Create a nice long stretch. Then begin to circle your chest around a few times in one direction, leading with your heart. After your third or fourth circle around, move in the other direction. The first time I tried this, it felt like I was making more of a square than a circle, so if that's you, just know it becomes more fluid over time. Come back through center, lower the left hand to the earth, and hinge to your left, reaching the right arm by the right ear for a right side body stretch. Option to lower your forearm and gaze up if that feels okay for your neck. Press up on an inhale, hands touch. Exhale your right hand down, hinging to the right as you stretch the left arm long, breathing into your left side. Lower the forearm if that's in your practice, and once again, gaze up if that feels good. Stay for a couple more breaths. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist to your left with your left hand behind right hand to left thigh, breathing long deep breaths. Now exhale through center and twist the other way. Right hand behind, left hand to right thigh. Inhale to grow taller. Exhale, twisting deeper. On an inhale, gaze forward. And exhale back to center. Guide the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana and the hands just before your knees on your thighs. With a long spine, gently twist to your left. Lower your right shoulder towards your feet. Come back to center and twist towards your right. Lower the left shoulder. Let's do this a couple more times in each direction. Gently pressing your thighs open, deepening the hip stretch. Now inhale back through center, and with hands under thighs, guide your legs together. Then onto all fours for another set of cat and cow. From a long spine, inhale to arch your back and lift your chin. Exhale, round your back and hang your head. Inhale through cow, a nice belly stretch. Exhale through cat, a rounding back stretch. One more each way, inhaling, exhaling through cat, and from cat pose, tuck your toes, lower hips to heels for child's pose with a foot stretch. You have the option here to sway side to side in the hips, and either way, breathe long deep breaths into your feet. Now keep your arms outstretched with your hands in line with your shoulders. On your next inhale, slide your heart through and forward into a baby cobra pose. Lower your hips, keep a gentle bend in the elbows, and a slight lift of the chin. Lower your forehead. Inhale, press up, cobra pose again, maybe a little higher, and exhale, lower all the way down. One more, inhale. Awesome. And exhale, lower down. Press back to a classic child's pose. Big toes touch, hips to heels. Lower the head to the ground. Breathe into your back body. I'd also like to mention here that you can take child's pose at any time that you choose throughout practice today. On your next inhale, come through tabletop. Then tuck your toes to downward facing dog pose. And take some movement, bending one knee at a time, releasing through hips and back of the legs. We'll be here for just a few more breaths, so take any other movements that feel good and organic for you, releasing the body. Now from your next exhale, walk the feet through to the top of your mat, guiding your feet hip distance once you arrive. Inhale to a half lift, hands can come to legs. Exhale, fold over gently bent knees. Take a moment here to perhaps straighten one leg at a time, relax the head and neck, yes and no, and reach hands for elbows, creating a sway from side to side. Just a few more breaths in ragdoll. Now plant your hands and press to a half lift, inhale. Exhale, lunges the left foot back to runner's lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, steps back to a plank pose. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lower everything to the ground. Inhale through a cobra pose. Exhale, lower down and press back to downward facing dog. Let's take a few long deep breaths, pressing into the hands and driving that energy towards your heels. It might feel nice to bend one knee at a time if you choose. Let's take one more big breath in. Then exhale, lunges the left foot through, runner's lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, steps the back foot to the top of your mat and fold over your legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lunges the right foot back, runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhale, step back to a plank. Take a big breath in, be strong. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Inhale through cobra, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. Let's take a few long, deep breaths. Stay for another big breath in. And exhale to lunge your right foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhale, left foot to match, top of the mat, folding over your legs. Inhale, rise to stand this time. Reach up and take a gentle back bend, open your heart. Exhale through standing. Option to heel toe your feet to touch. Inhale, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, steps back to a plank, lowering to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, press into the tops of your feet. And exhale through downward facing dog. Let's breathe. On your next inhale, rise through tiptoes. Bend deep into your knees. Walk, lunge, or hop to the top of your mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold over legs. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, steps back to plank through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. A few more long, deep breaths, lengthening the spine. Now inhale through tiptoes, bend through knees, walk, lunge, or hop to the top, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach up to a back bend. This time, exhale through standing, samastitihi. Chair pose. Bend your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms by the ears. Let's hold this one, shifting the weight towards the heels, tucking the lower rib cage, and gazing up if that feels good. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, swan dive over straight legs. Half lift inhale. Exhale, floater step back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend through the knee. Exhale, right foot between your hands through warrior two. Pivot the back heel down and rise up with arms wide, shoulders over hips, and gaze forward. Make sure your front knee is tracking a line with the front toes. On your next inhale, press to peaceful triangle, front leg straight, back hand to thigh, just for a breath. And exhale through warrior two through side extended with your forearm to thigh, or slide your right hand to your right ankle. Left arm reaches up and overhead, breathing deep into a long left side body lengthen. Now lower the top hand to runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the right arm high to a twisted lunge. Press your back foot firm into the earth and reach the crown of the head forward. Think long lines. Now lower the top hand and the back knee. Point your front toes to the outer corner of the mat and reach your right hand back for your back foot. Let the hips melt down as you breathe into the hip flexor quad stretch. Slowly release the back foot. Come through center and sweep your front leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale through chaturanga, option for right toes high. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. On an inhale, float the left toes high. Bend through the knee and lunge the left foot between your hands. Through warrior two, pivot the back heel down and rise. Inhale to lift your heart and exhale to sink a little deeper into the pose. Inhale through peaceful triangle, pressing the front leg straight, back hand to thigh, left arm by left ear. Lengthen the left side body. Exhale through warrior two and side extended. Option for forearm to thigh or left hand holding left ankle. reaching the top arm up and overhead, pressing the back foot firm into the earth. Roll your chest open towards the sky. From here, exhale through runner's lunge. Send the left arm high to a twisted lunge. Create long lines of energy from crown to back heel. Breathe. Now on an exhale, lower the top hand and your back knee. Point your front toes out slightly and reach your left hand for your back foot. Let the hips melt down to deepen the stretch, gazing back behind you. On your next exhale, come back through center. Then sweep your front leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale through chaturanga with the left toes high. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a couple breaths. On your next inhale, float the right toes high to the sky. Then bend through the knee, and this time open your hip wide to the side. Exhale, steps the right foot just to the inside of the right thumb for high lunge. Inhale, rise up. Reach the arms by the ears and plug the shoulders down away from the ears. Tuck the lower rib cage and breathe into strong legs. Now exhale through warrior two. Square yourself to the side. Inhale through peaceful triangle. Exhale, triangle. Heel toe the back foot in and reach the right hand down for your leg or to the ground, gazing up to your top thumb, lengthening the crown of the head forward and pressing firm into both feet. Exhale lowers the top hand and frame your front foot with your hands. Step your back foot up just a little bit for pyramid pose. With a long spine, fold over your front thigh, breathing into your front hamstring and hip. Now slide hands under shoulders and inhale to a half lift. Exhale through revolve triangle pose, planting your bottom hand inside or outside of your front foot, reaching your top hand high and gazing up. Draw your right hip back and breathe long, deep breaths. Now exhale the top hand down and step forward into half standing splits, lifting the left leg. Option to reach your right hand for your top foot, opposite hand to foot, and stay anchored in on the breath as you focus your eyes on a spot to help you balance. Slowly release the hands down. Step your top foot back, sending your right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Flowing through chaturanga or chin stand, 1 foot high or both feet high. Lower and inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pause for a breath. Inhale, floats the left leg high. Bend through the knee and open your hip wide to the side. Exhale the left foot through to the inside of your left thumb. High lunge. Inhale, rise with a long spine. Arms to the sky, shoulders melt down. Draw the belly button back and breathe into strong legs. Just another big breath in. Exhale through warrior two. Pivot the back heel down. Inhale through peaceful triangle, just for a breath. Exhale through triangle pose. Heel toe the back foot in a little. Lower the left hand to the leg or the ground. Reaching the top arm high, gazing up, stacking the shoulders. And breathe. From here, we come through pyramid pose. Exhale the top hand down. Step your back foot up. And with a long spine, inhale. Exhale, fold over the left thigh. Relax your neck and breathe long, deep breaths into the hamstring and the hip, drawing the left hip back. Now, with hands under shoulders, inhale through half lift. Exhale through revolve triangle with the right hand inside or outside of your front foot. Reach your left hand high. Do your best to stack shoulders and gaze upward, drawing the left hip back to deepen the left hip stretch. Now come through your half standing splits, lifting your right leg straight up and back. Stay or reach your left hand for your top foot. Sending the knee high. Focus your eyes, your drishti, and stay anchored in on the breath. Beautiful job, everyone. Release and step the top foot back, sending the front foot high to three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale through chaturanga with left toes high or both toes high in chin stand. Lowering down and inhaling through upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's stay for a few breaths. On your next inhale, float the right leg high. Exhale, lunges the right foot between your hands, walking to the inside of your foot all the way through to the back of your mat. Lower your right knee to the earth and untuck the toes. From your lunge, shift back to half splits pose. Then roll forward again. Dynamic movement, a few more times, moving with breath, lubricating the hips. From your lunge, inhale, rise up. Reach your left hand for your right thigh and your right arm by your right ear, creating a little twist and a gentle back bend. Exhale, lowers the hands, tucks the back toes. Walk yourself to the center of your mat for widespread foot pose. With a long spine, fold forward between your legs. Walk your hands as far back as you can, pointing the elbows back, pressing firm into your feet. Inhale through half lift. Point your right toes out and sink into Skandasana at the top of your mat with hands at heart or open your arms, flexing through the back toes. Stay at the top of your mat and pivot into a runner's lunge and lower the back knee. Then shift back to half splits, taking dynamic movement through the front leg, shifting the hips back and forth. Roll forward into a lunge. Inhale to rise up with right hand to back thigh, left arm by left ear, creating a slight back bend and a twist. Breathe long, deep breath. Now exhale the hands down, tuck your back toes, and walk back to widespread foot pose, centered on your mat. Create a long spine and interlace your fingers behind your back. Roll your chest open Then forward fold, crown towards the ground, arms reaching overhead to a nice shoulder stretch, pressing firm into your feet, drawing the belly button inward. On an inhale, rise up halfway and plant your hands. Then walk to Skandasana at the back of the mat. Hands at heart or open your arms. Again, flex through your back foot with the option to gaze upward. With hands at heart center, keep your hips back as you press up and pivot to the top of your mat through runner's lunge, stepping back to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, ripple the spine forward to a plank pose. Through side plank on the outer edge of the right foot, lifting the left arm high. Option to lower the bottom knee, stack the feet, or even send the top leg high. From here, we transition into Wild Thing. Bend through the top knee, plant the toes behind you, then pivot on the back foot, lift the hips high, reaching the top arm up and overhead. Slowly come back to downward facing dog and pause for one breath. On your next inhale, roll through to a plank pose and to the outer edge of the left foot this time. Take your variation, option for the top leg high, before making your way into Wild Thing. Plant the top foot behind you, reach the top arm up and overhead. Breathe deep as you press your hips up. Now let's make our way back to a downward facing dog. Roll through to plank once again, but this time we lower the knees. Separate your feet from here and sit between your heels. Option to sit on your feet if that feels better for your knees. Reach your arms high, then hands for elbows. Now tuck your lower rib cage and breathe into a long spine and shoulder stretch. Now stretch out your arms, inhale. Come through tabletop, exhale. Inhale to arch your back like cow pose. And slowly lower down to heart melting pose with either the chest and chin down or the forehead to the ground. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Now on an inhale, roll through to a Sphinx pose with a 90-degree bend in the arms and the feet hip distance. Slide the left knee to the left, reach your left hand back for the foot, and guide the heel as close towards your hip as possible, pressing into your right forearm or lower the head down if this feels too intense. Slowly release the left leg behind the hip. Guide the right knee to the right edge, right hand for foot. Draw the heel in towards the hip. Pressing the hips in towards the ground to help deepen the stretch through hip flexor and quad. Gently release the right leg behind the hip. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Option to lower into child's pose as we'll take several breaths, lengthening the spine. From downward facing dog, float the right toes high, and then slide your right shin behind your hands to pigeon. Lower down with the left toes straight back behind. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to bow down over your shin. We're here for nearly a minute, so soften everything into the mat and stay anchored in on the breath as you breathe into your right hip. Now begin to walk yourself up to seated. Slide your right heel closer towards your hips and reach your left hand back for your left foot. Option to guide the heel in towards the hip. Perhaps you choose half mermaid, sliding the toes into the elbow crease, or full mermaid, reaching your top arm up and back, binding the fingers behind your head as you square your chest forward. In whatever variation you choose, make sure to anchor in on long, deep breath. Beautiful. Release the pose and slide your left leg forward with right foot into left thigh, coming to Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips with a long spine. Take your time here as we'll stay for a little while, breathing into the back body. All right, everyone, it's time to inhale, rise up, one vertebrae at a time. And from here, we twist to our right, reaching your right hand back for the small of your waist or the inner thigh on the straight leg, and your left hand to the opposite thigh, gazing back behind you. Also, a note to press the long leg into the mat, flexing through the toes, to help you sit a little taller. Slowly unwind, cross the legs in, and make your way to downward facing dog. Take a moment to walk the dog, bending one knee at a time. Inhale floats the left toes high. Bend through the knee, then slide the left shin behind your hands to pigeon. Lower down with your right leg straight back behind. With a long back, lengthen on an inhale, and lead with your heart as you exhale to forward fold. Option to stack hands under your head and breathe deep as you soften through your entire body here, connecting with the left hip and staying anchored in on the breath. On your next inhale, begin to walk yourself up. Slide your left heel in towards the right hip bone. Inhale the right arm up and overhead for the right foot. Option to slide the heel a little closer in towards the hip. Half mermaid, toes into elbow crease. Or full mermaid, reaching the left arm up and back. Try to bind the fingers behind your head as you square your chest forward. Breathe long, deep breaths. Very gently release your back foot to the earth. Then slide the leg forward to Janu Shirshasana, forward fold. Squaring your hips with the top edge of the mat, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold over the thigh, reaching towards your foot. Breathe into your back body as we are here for several breaths, so soften where you can soften and stay anchored in on the breath. All right, now's the time to rise up on your next inhale and prepare for the twisted variation of this pose. Take your right hand to your left thigh and your left hand to the small of your waist behind you, or reach it for the inner thigh on the straight leg. Inhale to grow a little taller and exhale to twist a little deeper, pressing the straight leg firm into the earth. Slowly unwind the pose and come through a seated child's pose, hugging the knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your legs, rising to your tiptoes. From here, we set up for Navasana, boat pose. Hands under thighs, feet in line with knees, arms in line with shoulders. Option to straighten your legs. Gaze towards your toes and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend back through the knees, chin to chest, roll onto your back. Gently rock side to side. From here we come into a twist, with your knees rocking to the right, gazing over the left shoulder, melting the left arm into the earth. Spend a few breaths here, releasing the practice. On your next inhale, float your knees to center, head through center. Then, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Relax your right arm and shoulder down to the ground. We'll spend a few more breaths on this side, releasing the practice even further. And now it's time to come out by inhaling the knees through center, hands to shins. Exhale, forehead to knees for a deep rounding squeeze. Inhale the head down through a long morning stretch. Straighten the legs, point the toes, reach the arms overhead. Inhale fully and exhale out the mouth. A cleansing breath. Make your way now into Shavasana, final rest, with arms by your sides, feet open wide, relaxing through the legs, a natural external rotation from the hips as you soften the belly, the heart center. Allow your arms to lie heavy as you relax the shoulders down. Soften the face and jaw, closing the eyes or gazing up softly. Let the head be heavy and supported. We'll be here for a few minutes and I will wake you then. It's time to start deepening the breath. Awaken the body with the fingers and the toes, wrists and ankles, as you roll your head from side to side, releasing the neck. Come through a long morning stretch before guiding your knees into your chest. At your own time, make your way up to a comfortable seated position centered on your mat. From your comfortable seated position, take a big breath in as you reach the arms up overhead, hands touch. Exhale all the air out, hands at heart. Beautiful work, everyone. Thank you for being here with me today. And if you enjoyed the class, please let me know in the comments. Give it a like, share it with a friend, and even consider subscribing to my channel. We will see you in the next one. Namaste.